boy, do I regret picking such a long song. My bad on that. I forgot that was like 6.5, 7 minutes. Ouch. So, as you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to be tackling 10 Desires Lunatic again tonight. This is my third day trying it in Lunatic on stream. I actually did some practice earlier today. I think I'm probably good to go now. I learned a little bit more about how to do the troublesome parts, specifically some stuff in stage 4, and 5 and 6 weren't really that bad for the most part, though one of Futo's cards is really tough. So let's just get right into it. And if I manage to beat this tonight, I'm going to try a Danmaku game I've never actually played before, The Last Comer. Toho Jaseisho, I believe it's called. That's Japanese as well, so that'll be a fun experience. I'll try to give a basic rundown of the plot as we go, but no promises because Toho... This script can tend to be tough sometimes. So I didn't practice stages 1 and 2 at all, because I assumed I was fine with them. But now that we're here, nerves are really kicking in. I mean, yesterday I managed to like perfect stage 1 and 2 on I think my second run, so it's okay probably. I just gotta do better in the later parts of the run. Do consistently well on stage 3 tonight. And maybe we'll actually get somewhere. Maybe we finally beat this game and put it aside. I like 10 Desires, but not as much as some of the other games. I like the cast a fair bit. Nico's group is pretty cool overall, but I don't like the gimmick, like the whole ghost gauge thing. Definitely not at all. Now, I'm not going to defend UFOs, but I think UFOs might feel better to use than the ghost gauge. You get to use them more often. The ghost gauge, you know, if you die, you lose everything. And you're probably not going to get anything for it unless you die. Specifically when there's bomb or life pieces on screen. Not really too concerned with Yuyako here. She's always kind of been a pushover in every game she's in, frankly. Just you watch though, I'll mess up. I always do. I'm known for it. Well, if I was known for anything, it'd be messing up. But I can't say I'm really known for anything right now. Someday. Someday I'll be known for messing up just like I want to be. That's the dream. Ghost spot cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms. Oh. Well, that's a bad start. I got stuck in a weird spot there and I reacted just a little bit too late. The correct reaction probably would have been bombing instead of trying to get out of there. But again, I feel like I should have moved sooner before those red ones came. That's okay. I'm gonna keep going with run. Doesn't have to be perfect on the first try. We'll get there. Now, if this were the second run of the night, maybe I'd restart. Because I'd like to play the last comer of the night as well. Do something fresh and new for once, you know. But it's the first run. Let's play it out. As long as I don't lose a life here. This card's really easy though, so I don't really expect to. But those are the forbidden words that make me lose a life, so... Okay. Alright, gotta be careful streaming this part. Then from the right, I think? From the right. But you don't want to be too high up at the top of the screen, because you'll be kind of stuck there for these fairies. Those enemies, like the last two that spawn, stay on the screen for a good while. They're really annoying. This is one of the messier songs, isn't it? Stage theme-wise. DBU Music, I think it was, did a really good range of... It was either this or maybe Kyoko's boss theme, though. Had some really nice trumpets in it. I'll have to play that during the stream startup sometime. I can't remember specifically which song it was. I think it might have been this one. It's like the only memorable range of the song I've really heard. Tahoe's upside is that it has a lot of music, but its downside is that maybe it has too much music sometimes. Can't remember at all. Alright, so I think if I save my Going Ghost for near the end of the stage, I can get some good stuff. And I know that like stage 3 mid-boss I think is probably a good place to use it too. I didn't really pay too much attention to that when I practiced early today, but I made a little mental notes about what looked like good places. I haven't tested them, but I think they're good places. I guess the important thing that I didn't test is like how easy it is to actually get there with a full gauge. So hold it a bit longer, right? I hope I didn't mess up by not using it after mid-boss Kyoko. Try to just baby mode these guys. Don't do anything too risky, but I will try to cross back through the stream here. I don't really want to be against the wall that hard. Okay, now here, right? Yes, here. Here should be good. I hope I didn't do it too early or something. Good. Okay. I think that was perfect, right? I think that's where you want to use it. Nice. Alright. Kyoko, Kyoko. Right, you don't really want to be in the middle during this. From my experiences last time. I'm going to suffer for not specifically practicing stage 2, aren't I? Most of her stuff isn't really all that bad, though. This one, you just move off to the corner after she fires. You've got more time to react. Really, it's that simple. Go to corner, dodge bullets. Hope that they don't wall you in, because they are kind of big potatoes. Not you, Kyoko. I'm not calling you a big potato. Just the bullets. You're a cutie. I'm pretty neutral about Kyoko, though, to be honest. She's not really that important to a character. Doesn't really get featured that much. Well, I don't know, I haven't really read the manga, though. So, maybe she gets featured there? I couldn't tell you. And the usual stuff here, dodge through the left wall first, or whatever wall you're next to, so you don't have to dodge through too many at once. The less bullets you have crisscrossing around you at one given time, the better. Now this one can be a little bit scary, like, the sphere kind of follows you a little bit. You want to, like, bring it somewhere, and then you want to panic bomb because you really don't want to lose a life. It was a preemptive panic bomb, you know? They call those lack of confidence bombs in the biz. Oh boy, that was bad. How was I supposed to get through that? Okay, well, using 2 bombs sucked. But you know what didn't suck? Losing no lives. Aside from the Yuriko fiasco, but that was a different stage. What happens in stage... Fuck. What happens in stage 1 stays in stage 1. Oh, I actually practiced stage 3 a little, so maybe I should actually pay attention and use that practice. But on the other hand, my nose itches. And I really want to scratch it, but I don't really want to pause the game. No. If I just... Okay, I think maybe I should have been at the other side of the screen for that. So I could take out the homing enemies and leave the fixed pattern ones. Maybe. I didn't practice stage 3 extensively, though. I did like 1 run of the stage, I think, and then practiced some of Yoshika's stuff. That was basically it. For the next couple stages, I actually learn some of the trickier parts of the stages because they're kind of nasty unless you, like, know what enemies to go for first or know where to be at the right time. As those stages tend to be, I guess. You were that... Yeah, I tried to read this dialogue last time, but it's not actually interesting at the least. It just starts with kind of a quotable line. But you must have a pretty boring repertoire of lines if it's really that quotable. That's me. Boring lines. Normally I like to cut through 2 to the left. But I'm not too picky. Please move to where I can hit you. Kogasa. Kogasa. This isn't your stage, Kogasa. 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 Please go home now, you're drunk. Excuse me, but there's just not much going on right here. I mean, I have died to this part. Just out of sheer lack of skill. I like going up and getting those, even though it's a little bit scary. There's a decent spot at the start of stage 4 where I could potentially use a full gauge. Well, pretty early into stage 4 at least. It's just a question of, can I perfect Yoshika and bring it there? She has one tricky non-spell that I really dislike that I'm tempted to just use the gauge on. Really, I'd rather just focus on, like, survival as opposed to getting greedy for items. Alright, so this card is just an absolute bitch to actually capture, like most of her cards, aside from Poison Murder. So I'm just gonna easy mode this and shoot the spirits, even if it heals her. I don't care. Sorry, Yoshika, I like you as a character, but your Danmaku's just kinda lame. And I'm not a scorer, so I have no obligation to try to show off here. Okay, this isn't the bad non-spell, it's the next one with the blue and red kunai. Oof, that was a little bit tight though. Alright, good. This is Poison Murder. Yeah, Poison Murder's not that bad. I've died to it before. My capture rate of 1 out of 4 at the top of the screen doesn't exactly agree with what I'm saying, but I don't think that Poison Murder is really that bad. Got a little bit scared there. Just gonna get murdered by poison. Come on already. Yoshika, please. Thank you. Going up and getting that is really risky because of this, but I did it. Alright, I'm gonna go Ghost here. I would just rather use that at an effective time to skip an attack. It's a shame that it's not really gonna skip this one because of the healing, but it's fine. This attack is basically free anyway, as long as you don't care about not capturing it. That's me. I really don't care. As long as you're willing to just throw away your pride, it's pretty much free. Like, if you can't dodge the kunai coming at you, how did you get this far? Alright. See you next stage, Yoshika. Literally. Alright, so stage 4. I did practice this a few times. Nothing too special for the opening streaming. So, I initially was under the impression that these guys fired like revenge bullets when you kill them, but they don't, so you can just do this. Take out one side, go over, take out the other side, bam. Easy enough. Look, I have a gauge, pretty much. Good. This is actually somewhat the part I was thinking of, but no, actually, the next part would be better. It's pretty bad that I didn't take out those fairies quick enough, though. As long as I can, like, kind of get back into it here, it's okay. So these two are gonna drop bomb pieces. And that's still gonna drop life pieces, and I don't have enough gauge. Gauge, gauge, gauge. Okay, good. Alright. It's something. I'm so scared of getting hit when I come out of that. Yeah, sorry, I don't know Chinese, unfortunately, so I can't really pronounce their cards properly. Japanese, sure, I could do, but it's kind of hard to explain how to do this card. Just do what I'm doing, like circle them around, and then go through the line, and then repeat. Just kinda works. Now, there's two, like, kind of easy waves of this, then there's a really hard wave, which is a good bomb spot in my opinion. Okay, I got most of my gauge back already. If you're playing properly, I actually do kind of get a lot of gauge. I have full gauge. I'd really like to keep it, though. I'm considering, yeah, I'm just gonna bomb here. Because there's a bunch of these guys here. Alright, we're just gonna use the gauge now. There's more coming in, right? I think? I should have probably waited a second, but hopefully it's okay. Alright, safe in the middle? Good. I wonder if like an extra one would have appeared if I waited, but probably not. That's probably all we could have gotten. Alright, nice. Almost 4 lives, and we're up at stage 4 boss. I'm definitely going to be bomb happy here. I did practice this, but some of their stuff is pretty tough, in my opinion. Practice or no practice, there's a lot of just like close range twitch dodging in some of these cards. This one's not really that bad. Really the important thing here is identifying whether or not you want to take out Yoshika or just go straight for Sega. In this card, taking out Yoshika doesn't really benefit you, and a ton of bullets spawn from her if you do take her out after Sega revives her. So unless Sega is low and you can take her out before she finishes reviving Yoshika, just go directly for Sega. So this one, don't be too afraid to like sometimes move up above Yoshika here, to give yourself a bit more breathing room and to like guarantee some damage on her. Just don't like Yoshika run into, I guess. It's not that bad. Ooh, that scared me. Toggling Yoshika is the worst. I hate this card. I'm really thinking I'm just gonna like bomb it in a second just to guarantee getting through. So this card is just a nightmare. You can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna. If you do it like perfectly, you can dodge the second wave at the bottom of the screen, the very, very, very bottom, and then take her out like before the third cycle really gets to you. But you have to be okay with extreme close range dodging, and I'm just not for those lasers. But that's a card where you do have to keep taking Yoshika out, otherwise Sega's knives, the waves start coming a lot faster. Torpedo movement isn't awful, but I'm not too great at it either. Scared? Scared? Okay, good. I would have been really upset if I'd lost a second life there. I didn't really want to bomb when she was that low. Alright, doing fine. How's the stage start again? Just to get that fairy, I guess. Oh, right, you wanted to go left for the next one. Oof. Okay, fine. It's okay. That's recoverable. And there's no fourth one here I forgot about. I'm gonna get some of this, but at the same time, I don't want, like, bullets to spawn on me. Alright, we have full gauge. This is a decent time to use it. I'm just gonna go ahead. There's an even better place later on at the end of the stage, but maybe if I play well, I can have another gauge by then. I'd like to imagine I could, but I don't know if I will. This gets a little bit dense at the end, so I'm tempting a bomb here. but I don't know. I'm gonna see what comes at me. Yeah. That scared me a bit. Oh, perfect timing, because these guys are coming in. They always come in from the left. Both waves. Nice. I'm not gonna get that bomb piece, I guess. The pickup range on those is pretty finicky, huh? Thought it was close enough, but I wasn't. I actually really don't much care for the stage 5 theme, or Fudo's theme either for that matter. Fudo's kind of pretty low on my character list. Maybe next time someone asks me about my favorite, or rather least favorite character, I should answer her. But that's not really fair, since there's like stage 1 and 2 bosses that are even less impactful, you know? I just don't really like her "oh, I speak really old-timey" gimmick. Especially the way that the translation patch handled it. I mean, I guess I get it. Now that I think about it, I actually had to translate some similar texts to hers in a visual novel I did once for someone. Under a different name, don't go looking it up. And I think I handled it pretty similarly. So, well, maybe I'm just a hypocrite. Okay, good. Doing well. This part's all about just positioning right. There's gonna be more of this after too, and it's a nightmare. So here, you have to be in the middle and take this guy out first, then you have to just bomb. You can survive this by like being at one of the sides of the screen, but honestly, that's something I can do in stage practice, but I don't really want to do in an actual run, you know? This close to the end, I'm doing this well. I definitely have enough resources to just do this at this rate. Widow's first non-spell is easy. The second one I like to go through instead of going around. Right there. Like that. I hate this card. It goes on for way too long. This Donmuck is pretty dense. I'm actually just going to like use bomb privilege here to help out a little bit, at least. I really wish I could have got enough spirits to just soul gun her there, but not quite. I'm going to do it here though, because for some bizarre reason, I have a hard time with this specific non-spell. It's not really any worse than the others, but well, the whole point of practicing was to learn what I struggled with and figure out how to deal with it in actual run. So that's just what I'm going to do. If I don't use my ghost gauge, I'm just gonna lose my ghost gauge, so I think that's pretty valid. Alright, back up before I get blasted here. This one's a little bit scary, but it's not really bad, right? Yeah. Just 2 waves is fine? Yep. Okay. Sakuraiji in flames. Sakuraiji Angel. Easy enough. Well, it's not that easy, actually. But staying near the yellow line so you can, like, dodge through one kind of helps. It's not that bad. Honestly, her first boat card is definitely her hardest in my opinion. The others, they're pretty easy to just, like, blind capture. But the boat card goes on for so exceptionally long. The Danmaku's pretty dense. I'm just unlikely to get hit. Even if it weren't for, like, the little... I'm not sure if framed or not, actually, the little arrows or whatever she throws at you during it. I still might have trouble with that, just because it's so dense and so on. Alright, we made it to stage 6. So, I didn't practice the stage here, so I'm not totally sure on the resource aspect. I think it's like the last few. I think there's kind of a music cue for it, right? That have the things. I mostly practice Miko's stuff. But I didn't have to practice it too much. Miko's not really that hard of a boss overall. Definitely low on the final boss tier list when it comes to difficulty. The stage is really easy too. But it's good to know how to deal with these guys. So they come in close to the edge, further in, then they like shift all the way across. So there. Hop over here and get these ones, then you can transition into getting the ones that came in from the left, basically. It's easy enough. But, I mean, you've got a lot of lasers to dodge if you don't take out the enemies, for sure. Alright, so I think I still want to hold my ghost gauge. But I have trapped myself in the corner, and given myself no choice but to use it. So we're just going to do that. Oh, I should be waiting longer before popping the enemies, so the orbs can actually get on screen, huh? So I know some of these last ones have the life pieces. Alright. And I'll get enough for another life in the fight, I believe. Cool. Alright, just quick hydration before I finish this off and hopefully capture. Not capture. 1 CC. Clear the run. Her non-spells are all relatively dense. Well, her first 3 that use this format are relatively dense, but I don't think they're all that bad. They do get harder as they go on, though. First card's not really that difficult at all. Just stay in the middle, dodge, be careful because these speed up near the end of their lifespan, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of her other card, actually. Or near the end. As long as you can micro-dodge well, you're fine, though. Nice, okay. I must have another, ghost gauge filled. I'm always gonna call it the ghost cage, no one can stop me. This is definitely her easiest card, and she has a fair few easy cards. Pressure's on, though. Nice. Okay. Her hardest card is coming up next. Well, maybe not her hardest, but a hard card, for sure, I'd say. I could use my gauge here or save it. I'd really like to save it for the next card, since I know it's going to be tough. And it looks like she's giving me good RNG on the big rings there. So I'm just going to use it here. If I need to. I find the best way to beat this, actually, is to, like, rush Miko down. But sometimes you can't get enough shot time in on her. This is really hard if it gets to the point where they fire full gapless rings. You really don't want it to get there. I'm just going to use my gauge. It is survivable if you stream both of them just right, even with full gapless rings, but at that point, you're going to have even less time to actually hit Miko. I did capture it a couple times in practice earlier. Don't mind the numbers, though. I was playing a different file with the Universal Practice Tool, but I swear I did. Alright, this is one of her easier cards as well. Just be ready for the initial appearance, and move around the ring based at... your speed should be based on how far away you are, basically. Try to roughly match the spheres in your area. Alright, good. Now this is Goose Flash. I don't know what Goose is, or Goose. I try to go between this yellow and pink one right here, whenever I can. I think this card is either, I mean, I know there's something, it's not static, but I think it might be, like, partially aimed towards you, like, influenced by where you are, rather. I haven't actually tested enough to really know. Alright, time for the bad card. RNG can just totally screw you here. If you're not given enough time to be below Miko, and if you get trapped, like, between 2 waves here. I can't give a full description of how the card works right now, since I'm kind of trying to take her out, though. And looks like she's giving me good RNG tonight. Cool. Alright, last card. I didn't lose any lives here. I used my gauge, I think, and that's it. Oh, I used a bomb in this stage, too. Nice. I should maybe pay attention, though. Even if Newborn Divine Spirits is kind of easy, you know, I still need to focus a little. I'll try to capture it, since I have enough lives. You know, bombs aren't exactly effective anyway. I don't know if she has full immunity or what, but that is usually the boss thing. They're at least, like, heavily reduced, if not fully immune. Toho 10, like, they didn't do any damage to Kanako in the last card, and, like, the effect is really small. And Remelia just turns into a bat and dodges them all together. Nice! Okay, that was even cleaner of a run than I was expecting. Seriously. What was that? 36 minutes and we're already done. Let me just hide the ending here, don't mind me. Not allowed to show this. I'll describe some vague things. We're looking at the Hakurei Shrine. Marissa is asking Raymond what happened. She's just describing her opponents a little bit. Giving you really vague descriptions here. Talking about hermits. Where Miko is, if she's gonna come by. I see the translation patch put the word money on the donation box. I don't really know why they bothered editing these, but sure, go for it. Miko's here to visit Eve Ho. She's complimenting Reimu's infinite potential. Wants to invite her into her hermit house. Of course, Miko is not an Anna Larva. Thanks for that line, son. Really. Thank you. It's kind of an ending with no substance. Just like Toho usually gives you. Alright, let's recharge for a sec while we watch these credits, then we'll move over into the last comer. I haven't played too many Danmakufu games before. Or shmup-based Toho fan games, period. The ones I have played are Conceal the Conclusion, Phantasm Romance, Phantasmagoria Trues, Resurrection of Heaven's Liquor, or whatever it's called, the one with the bad art and the bad Danmaku and just the bad everything. Hollow World of God, which is technically not Toho, but inspired by Mountain of Faith. What else have I played? I don't remember. I want to say I played something else by the Conceal the Conclusion guy. Is he done something else? He, they, her? I don't know. I can't think of any others, but I'm sure I've at least messed around with a couple really briefly. Since you have fulfilled your desires to play, thank you for playing. That's some awkward English there. This is the translation patch too, you know? Well, that'll unlock extra, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I've done it before anyway, but still. Why not? Save me a replay. Okay. Let me just move over to the last comment real quick.